Hello and welcome to a recent installment of the Super Office. It's a little bit messy in here, but I just want to continually show you the way I go about my business. Maybe it'll inspire you to be more creative and to create your own little super offices or your own little office or your own mega office, whatever you want to call it. I just want to kind of get into a couple things and explain what I'm doing and how I basically do not multitasking, but multiple tasks are laid out at once. It's not all in one area, and you can kind of move around, you can leave it, you can come back. So anyways, here's an example. Let's start at the altar because I always have a little bit of a spiritual element weaved into everything that I do. Of course, you got the bookshelf for references I can grab easily from the desk to do this and that. I can be constantly reminded of my vision board. That little tiny piece of paper is sort of my New Year's resolution. Just little things around, like you wouldn't normally, you'd be like, what's that? Everything has its purpose. It's just taking notes of music stuff. I got art to constantly inspire me. Here's a list of things that I need to work on. One is a young woman who I'm going to write an article on to help boost her Northwestern Mutual, sorry. It's they basically do lower level financial investing, financial planning. I really want to get really perfect at that because it's a phase that I skipped. I went right into kind of more mega investing, and I made a lot of mistakes, and some things happened with the Federal Reserve and interest rates, and created a lot of drama with IRAs and investments. So it taught me a lesson. This is sort of a bulletin board that I'm just continually adding to. That's only my business stuff. So you got Chakra Tree Yoga, Zenwood, YouTube channel, Atlantean Oak, those are all websites, blog, social media, how to do that, affiliate links, general branding, boring stuff, a to-do list down there, EINs, bank accounts, payment processing, tax consolidation. Boring, but all very necessary stuff when you're doing business. And since I have 4 of them and I'm really just about to launch them, I want everything to be really accurate. I want all my ducks in a row. I don't want to be in trouble with the IRS. There's things that you should think about ahead of time. And unfortunately, you only learn usually the hard way, which I have over a period of decades. Yes. That's just stuff I'm messing with. Okay, these are just projects. This is a book that I'm currently reading called Awakening in the Dream by David Wilcock. It's very alternative, very, very amazing, really. Not the subject matter for everyone. This is just a stack of, since I am an amateur artist, and really I use art to boost my other companies to be creative. I wouldn't call myself a traditionally trained artist, but I do love art, and I see how it weaves in with everything else. That's for practicing calligraphy, regular paper for drawing. Art requires a lot of supplies, but once you have them, then you can get creative and have fun. This just looks messy, but what's happening here is I'm taking all of these papers that I've saved for years. Why? I have no idea. And instead of filing, I just threw them in boxes, and I did move at one time, so that was part of it, but then I never dealt with them. I believe in leaving no stone unturned, like deal with every little detail, organize everything. It's almost spiritual when you get into it. So I take everything in that top box, that's for the shredder, as in there's sensitive financial information in there. I don't think you could see any of it. It's like previous tax returns and stuff like that. It's better not to hang on to them. It's better to get rid of them. I think I would say between 7 and 10 years. I would say 5, 7, and 10. It's unlikely that the IRS is going to look back. And as long as you've actually filed returns, or and more accurately, as long as you've paid all of your due taxes, they don't really seem to care. They care more when you try to evade or try to not pay. Trust me, I've been through that. They will levy your bank account. They will aggressively come after you. But you gotta try pretty hard. So my recommendation, just pay your taxes. Be as honest and accurate as possible. Don't try to be sneaky with them. So this is just an example of filing. Down here I need to work on this year's taxes, and I did an extension for the other one. I need to clear up a couple things. Again, on taxes, it's important to me that I do deal with that and make sure everything's accounted for. That's deeper filing. There's just various notebooks, various things to organize that maybe haven't been implemented yet. Various notebooks for writing that I won't get into it, but I have purposes for. That's a filing cabinet of all binders that I'm making. So the point here is there's lots of different ways to organize. Try to use as many of them as possible. New business cards that showed up. Here we go. Zen Stello makes its debut. All of the websites and the YouTube channel. I have a lot of stuff going on, so one card makes sense. That is just a bunch of scribbling, it looks like. But what this is these are all different segments of dreams. I've been going back almost 10 years and trying to catalog through memory, and these are just rough sketches and outlines of every single dream I've had for the last, I don't know, I would say even 15 years. I'm going back mentally 10, but keep in mind this is abstract. I don't know how to quantify that, you know? So what I like to have going on is maybe music in rooms. So we got some dub reggae going on here with our wonderful program. Sorry, there's a reflection. Spotify. You can maybe see that, get a better angle. Dub reggae. There's another one in there that I really like, but I can't find it at the time. I don't want to screw around with that. And we got our drawing in the sand going on. That is the symbol for Shiva. You will also see that right there. That's the symbol for Rama. Of course, we have another stereo where I'll, put different things in, like we're listening to Healing Tools, Healing Through the Vision Quest and Healing the Heart, Integrative Yoga Therapy with Joseph LePage, music by Jack Lee. So what that is it's a sort of guided relaxation for yoga through the teacher that certified me as a certified yoga teacher. His company is called Integrative Yoga Therapy. We've got the printer going, of course. It's not the most amazing printer, but it's got all the goods. We've got all kinds of stock paper, different cardstock, different colored paper, photo paper, regular printing paper, modem, charging station. This is just generally my charging station. CDs. We got our secondary bookshelf. These are actually my favorite books are on the top. It's not really fair to say that though. I'm so weird about that. I think every book is my favorite. That was an art piece I made recently. It's a sort of I call this a premonition of the husband and wife go from darkness into the light. There's an oasis. The eggs represent children. There's 2 guardian dogs and a guardian cat on each side of the river. That's a metaphor for the river Styx, which is the river of death. So essentially you're crossing from death into life. I know, it's a little hardcore. Those yoga posters come in handy. I like to have just little reminders everywhere, Even though it's all organized, there's a little bit of a messiness. I mean, there's when you're doing stuff, that's what happens. Now this is interesting. It gets deeper into organization. All of your chargers. There's a scale for shipping art pieces and whatnot. All of that is for sand tray art. You have painting supplies for the alternative art pieces that I make. Microphones, travel speakers, a rapid scanner, which I'm going to use when I'm going through all that giant pile of paperwork that you saw. And there's nothing else really noteworthy, just a lot of miscellaneous. The point is that I've kind of endeavored to really categorize. Those are just vacuum parts. I learned that from that book by Marie Kondo called Spark Joy. It's all about organizing your daily life. Laundry's going, you have multitasking. Home office, obviously, you're going to have that going on. And this is the computer station, so I felt like playing a game. So while I've got work going on, I'm doing work, I'll take little breaks and I'll simultaneously come over and screw around and play a game. Kind of keeps things fresh. Alright, hopefully that was entertaining and useful. Namaste.